In July 2025, the agricultural community of Dair Mawas in Egypt was struck by a sudden medical emergency that defied immediate explanation. 3 young siblings arrived at the hospital in critical condition. Their temperatures had spiked past 43 degrees Celsius, and they suffered from violent seizures and an unidentified white fluid leaking from their mouths. Within 24 hours, the crisis doubled. 3 more siblings and their father were admitted to this facility with identical, life-threatening symptoms. Doctors immediately screened the family for common pathogens, heavy metals, and household toxins. Every blood and urine test returned a clean result. While the medical team searched for a cause, the victims continued to decline. One by one, all 6 children and their father passed away. This drop vanishes completely into the vial without altering the blood's color or structure. This was the reality facing the investigators. A chemical that could destroy an entire family while leaving no detectable signature for medical teams to follow. In the absence of medical answers, the community looked for other explanations. Rumors spread of a dark magic spell cast on the household, while others feared a new, untreatable epidemic was beginning to ravage the village. The panic became significant enough that the Ministry of Health issued a public statement to clarify that no contagious disease was present. Public suspicion eventually focused on the biological mother, Hashem. Because she had prepared the family's lunch that day, many assumed she was responsible for the tragedy. The trauma of losing her children, combined with the weight of the accusations, led to Hashem's psychological collapse. She was unable to provide a statement and was eventually placed in a psychiatric hospital.
With the mother institutionalized, the public demand for a culprit was satisfied, leaving the actual perpetrator completely hidden. To understand what happened, investigators had to look at the family's history. Years earlier, Nasser had married a woman named Hagar, a union that led to his divorce from Hashem. However, Nasser had recently expressed a desire to return to his first wife. For Hagar, this meant a sudden threat to her financial security and her place in the family. Hagar responded with a strategy of false kindness. She volunteered to bake and deliver the daily bread for Hashem's household, ensuring she had a constant, trusted point of access. This trust became the delivery system. The weapon was hidden inside a stack of fresh flatbread, hand-delivered by Hagar. Forensic analysis eventually identified the chemical as a rare agricultural pesticide used to kill microscopic worms in soil. This shows why standard medical screens, built to catch common toxins, were completely clean. This agricultural chemical has a unique molecular structure that slips right through standard detection filters. Once ingested, it forces vital organs to fail, spiking internal temperatures to fatal levels. Despite its chemical stealth, the pesticide had one flaw. It gave the baked bread an intensely bitter taste. When the children noticed the flavor, Hagar told them she had accidentally spilled cough medicine into the dough, assuring them it was completely safe to eat. Hagar had deployed a chemical that science was not initially equipped to see, yet her plan was eventually compromised by that single lie told to the children. While recovering in the psychiatric facility, Hashem recounted a specific detail to investigators: the bitter taste of the lunch and Hagar's explanation about the cough medicine. This detail allowed the police to bypass standard testing. They deployed specialized forensic teams to Hagar's home to conduct a targeted search. Inside the kitchen, analysts found microscopic traces of the exact nematode pesticide on Hagar's baking equipment. Faced with this physical evidence, Hagar's facade of grief failed, and she provided a full confession. The case concluded with a final haunting detail. Hagar had been heavily pregnant throughout the investigation and gave birth shortly after her confession. That child was born into a reality where their father and 6 siblings were gone, and their mother was facing the highest legal penalties. Chemistry can be used to find gaps in modern medical screening, but in this case, those gaps were closed by the persistent memory of a mother who survived.